Hey, what's going on, everybody? Leigh Dickey here, comedian, actor, producer, reviewer, and welcome to the Leigh Dickey TV YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and turn on notifications so you never miss another upload. Please do follow me on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Leigh T. Dickey, and visit my official website, leightdickey.com. If you would, please subscribe to both my podcasts, the Beats and Speaks podcast and Yo Nostalgia. Please do comment, like, subscribe, and share on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts as well. Please and thank you. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. That really helps us out a lot. But thanks for tuning in to the Leigh Dickey TV YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Now let's get on to today's video. Today, a review of the trailer for the upcoming Space Jam sequel, Space Jam: A New Legacy, starring Lebron James and Don Cheadle, right now. Alright, so Space Jam: A New Legacy, this sequel to the 1996 movie Space Jam that starred Michael Jordan. I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't want to hate it, but I don't love it either. And it's just, you know what it is? I love the original movie with Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan. You had Billy West, who was the voice of Bugs Bunny. Jeff Bergman is going to be the voice of Bugs Bunny in this sequel with LeBron James. And I'm not knocking it. I don't hate the voice cast or anything. And I don't think Space Jam needs a sequel. That's just all I'm saying. I don't think that Space Jam, it didn't necessarily leave the door open in 1996 for a sequel to follow it 25 years later, or however long it would take. In this case, it took a quarter century. And I was 7 years old when the first one came out. I was a kid. That's ingrained. That's part of my childhood. I love that. The Monstars or the Toon Squad. I love the Toon Squad jerseys in from 1996. Loved those. I wanted one. Could never have one. These I don't love. This way too much. I mean, it looks like a tie-dye factory exploded, threw up, whatever. I don't love the jerseys, and the whole story is that LeBron is trying to get his son Dom to, take basketball seriously, to love basketball, and his son Dom just doesn't want to play basketball. They get into an argument, and his son gets sucked into this computer, this supercomputer, and that's where where LeBron confronts Algie Rhythm, who's the main antagonist. I'm assuming he's taking up the Swackhammer role, which Danny DeVito was the voice of in 1996. So Algie Rhythm is played by Don Cheadle, who was in The Golden Palace. He's in one of my favorite movies. That was Brooklyn's Finest, and he took over the Iron Man role from Terrence Howard after the first Iron Man movie. So that's where you guys might know him from. And I love Don Cheadle, right? And I'm not the biggest fan of basketball anymore. Like when the first one came out, the first Space Jam came out in '96. I loved basketball. Jordan was everywhere. He was the face of the game. LeBron, I don't know. I'm not knocking LeBron's ability or anything. Obviously, he's played professionally since he was 18. He's been all over the league. And what Michael Jordan was in 1990, in the 1980s and 1990s, even right up until, say, he last retired in 2003, right? That's what LeBron has been to this generation and the one coming after it, for the longest time since he's been in the league. There was so much hype around LeBron coming out of high school, and then when he got into the league, he was the guy. He has been the guy, and he's carried that mantle for the NBA forever, for as long as he's been playing. And I'm not knocking his ability to play basketball. I'm not knocking the producer's ability and the studio's sort of decision to cast LeBron in this film to sort of, I guess, introduce Space Jam to a new generation. But I mean, I love the original film, the Monstars. I love Swackhammer. I love Danny DeVito. Love Michael Jordan. They had Bill Murray in the original film, Larry Bird, Patrick Ewing, Muggsy Bogues, Sean Bradley, Larry Johnson, Vlade Divac. And, you know, not much is going to change with this film, because they're going to do the same thing. When I say they're going to do the same thing, they're going to have cameo appearances from various NBA and WNBA stars. You have Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Anthony Davis. The list goes on and on. I'm sure you could look it up. But, you know, they're going to have cameo appearances, much like they did in the original film from 1996. It's just, I don't feel as connected to this film as I did with the original, because I'm not a kid anymore. It's been 25 years. I was 7 years old when that original film came out, and now I'm in my early 30s, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. Again, I don't know whether or not, like, Space Jam needed a sequel, but here we are, we've got one. And so LeBron's son gets sucked in by this computer algorithm played by Don Cheadle, and now basically the idea is, hey LeBron, you're gonna play in this game to get your son back, and instead of, you know, calling the sort of like Don Cheadle's sort of antagonist team the Monstars, which they could have done. I mean, why not? They called it, I think in this trailer, Don Cheadle says, and now here's the Goon Squad. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, we're doing that, are we? Okay, fine. And I just thought, I'm like, oh, this is such, I almost feel like a piece of my childhood just going, no, don't let go, and like it's slipping away. And I don't know, I can't get as attached to this film. Like, Lola Bunny is back, and of course various Looney Tunes characters. A few things that I did like in this film I'm going to get to in just a second. What I did like about this trailer, what I did like about this Space Jam: A New Legacy trailer, is that there is a part fairly quickly into this trailer where LeBron James gets sucked into this algorithm computer thing by Don Cheadle, who's the main antagonist, and he gets animated. They turn him into a cartoon, and I did like that, because it's just, okay, so he's going into like this Looney Tune world, so you might as well turn LeBron into a cartoon. I like that, okay? It's not change that bothers me. It's the fact that, like, did the original Space Jam really need a sequel? I'm saying no, it didn't, but I'm assuming it's just like, hey, it was a popular property 25 years ago, and we want to introduce it to a group of new kids in this new generation coming up. Why not? So, you know, things that I did like, they turned LeBron into a cartoon, they animated him, and that was cool. I did enjoy this sort of like NCIS, sort of Justice League type of, you know, selection process when it came to selecting tunes for the Toon Squad in this new iteration of Space Jam. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I am going to nitpick the music in this trailer. They took one of the most popular songs from the original soundtrack, Space Jam, done originally by the Quad City DJs. I wonder if they did this version or if they're involved in the music process, production process with the Space Jam: A New Legacy, this film that's coming out in July. I will link the trailer that I'm reviewing down below, because it's from IGN, so I'm going to link that in the cards and in the description. But getting back to the this version of Space Jam that's in the trailer, I didn't like it. I mean, I'm all for updating things. Like, if you have the right to do them, okay, fine. I may not like everything, but I'm going to try and like something. And like I said, the things that I did like, LeBron's a cartoon, and the selection process for the Toon Squad made me chuckle. And I'm like, okay, that's a cool little update. Great, fine. Most things I didn't necessarily like about this trailer, and just, I don't know, man. It's like, I can feel it right now. Like, my childhood's like, no, those are my memories. I want to hold those. And my childhood's like hurt right now. My memories are like, they're sore, right? But when it comes to the music, they updated Space Jam in a way, and I'm just like, why? Couldn't you just because you have the rights to the title and the property, can you not come up with something that's more sort of proper that's sort of updated for this, like, isn't, like, couldn't you just come up with something more modern to introduce the trailer? I mean, you know, the trailer starts with LeBron wanting his son to get into basketball, his son wants to do something else, and then they both get sucked into this virtual computer world, and LeBron has to play for his son, which is a callback, I think, to when Swackhammer made the deal with Jordan, saying, look, if you guys lose, you know, and he shook Jordan's hand, said, hey, you're going to play for me, and you're going to lose every single time. So with this, it's like, LeBron, you have to play, you know, my team. You know, Don Cheadle was like, LeBron, you got to play my team to get your son back. And he's like, yeah, okay. And it just like, all right, there's your callback. And then with the theme to Space Jam, like, couldn't we use something else? Like, I know it's technically the theme and you want to update it, but you could have come up with something more modern, something new-ish. No, that's just all I'm saying, right? But there are my thoughts on the trailer for Space Jam: New Legacy that's supposed to come out in mid-July. Let me know what you thought. If you've seen the trailer, I will link it in the cards and in the description. Post it in the comments down below. Give me your thoughts and what you think of the trailer for Space Jam: New Legacy in the comments down below. I will post everything in the description and in the cards. We'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in to Leigh Dickey TV on YouTube. Please remember to subscribe, comment, like, and share as well. Please do subscribe to both my podcasts, the Beats and Speaks podcast and Yo Nostalgia on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, or your favorite podcast app and player of choice. Leave us a 5-star rating and review as well. Follow the fun on social media at Leigh T. Dickey. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And find out more information about me on my official website, leightdickey.com. All the links are in the description and show notes down below. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Leigh Dickey, comedian, actor, producer, reviewer, and we will see you next time. Peace!